Feels like I'm in the jungle. Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? We're just taking a walk through the jungle of Hollywood, Florida. You know what they say about Los Angeles, Hollywood? That's a concrete jungle. This right here, this here's a Florida jungle. Hi, Bo. Good to see you. Would you like to go to the beach with me? Let's go. Okay, everyone loves the blue hat, so I'm wearing the blue hat because I love it too. Hi, Betty Peppers. All right, you guys, let's go into the jungle. So welcome to the beach report. I just got kicked out of a deposition. I understand how you can. So I went to help my friend, and she really needs somebody with her to make sense of everything that's going on. And they kicked me out. The attorney just kept saying, client attorney privilege, whatever. I'm like, if she gets sick all over this desk, what are you gonna do? He's like, we'll stop the deposition. Not cool. Anyway, I feel like weird that I wanted to help and now I can't. So what do I do when I feel a little lost and at odds? You know, I go to the beach. Who wants to go to the beach? Welcome everybody to today's beach report. And we are near Hollywood, Florida in a state park called Dr. Eula von Mizell State Park. I'm sorry. I don't know the name of it. I think they changed it kind of recently or something. But anyway, it's very beautiful. And it's actually been here for a very long time. It's a very cool state park. It's pretty big. And as you can see, you got to walk through the jungle to get to the beach. So that's what we be doing. Well, look at that. I'm gonna let my my moderators take over now with the trolls. The trolls are here. The trolls are here. Thank you, Bo. Bo's a bulldog. And where's Darla when you need her? Because Darla, she's a shark. So this is interesting, Nicole. She says, I have a question. Would you rather have a job that you absolutely love but not get much from it, or have a job that you absolutely hate but get paid big? I answer that question every single day. This is my job. I don't get paid very much for it, but I love it so, so much. I would never actually work for money. I don't work for money. I work because I want to work. Oh, blurry, man. All right, I'm gonna move on. It might be better when we get to the beach. Can you tell me if you can see and hear? But that is a great question. I just went out and came back in. All right, I switched it. I know, it probably will get better when I get near water. But right now, you know what? It's really nice here in the jungle. I'm enjoying being in the jungle. So, saying I've been on every day. Did you miss my show last night? All right, what were we just talking about? Oh yes, working for money. I don't do it. Because actually, I don't think that money is really what it's supposed to be. I don't believe it's valuable. I don't believe in money. And I think it is very strange that we humans supposedly have to pay for our existence, but everybody else, the birds, even the dogs get treated like kings and queens and don't have to work for their money. So thank you, Bo. Oh no, now I'm at one bar, so I'm just gonna walk over here. I think I found a sweet spot. And can you see okay, or is it still blurry? Let me know. Anyway, I believe that if you love what you do, you don't ever work a day in your life. And I also believe that the people who spend their lives trying to avoid doing any kind of meaningful work probably have pretty empty lives. And I'm guessing that they don't get to be the age of 60 with people trusting them or, wanting even to be around them. My favorite book and author. These are really great questions. Thank you. So my favorite book is a book by John Irving called Cider House Rules. It's a weird book to have as your favorite book, but I was very affected by Cider House Rules because it's about being either an abortion or an adoption. And it was about a doctor actually, who ran an orphanage, right? It was an orphan or an abortion, not an adoption. Sometimes it was an adoption, but mostly it was you got to be an orphan or you got to be an abortion. And it was very interesting to read the whole thing. And as an adopted child myself, and I was never an orphan, but I was almost an abortion. And thank you, Bo, for explaining that I am a journalist and an author. So I could also say that my favorite book is the book I wrote, but that's not true. It is Cider House Rules. It is a really good book by John Irving. And all of the books by John Irving are really amongst my favorites. So what a nasty thing for that guy to say. Like, what am I doing? Really? By the way, I'm a widow and I am a born again virgin, and I have no need for any kind of debauchery in my life. And I date, I'm not looking for a man. I have in my past been married twice. When my second husband died, I was devastated. So here's a great question. I'm going to read this. Risha, have you read George Orwell? Well, okay, of course I've read George Orwell, but not just that. I actually got to interview George Orwell's son. You want to talk about a good story? This guy, his name is Richard. I'm sorry, I'm blanking it on the rest of his name, but his name is Richard, and he lives in England. And funny enough, he was adopted as a baby. And I think just like within the week that he was actually adopted, who's giving gifts? Thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much. Okay, this is a really interesting story. So actually, I've been writing a book that it never goes anywhere, but well, it's not true. It started out as newspaper articles. Anyway, this one was Richard, the son of George Orwell. And so, like I said, he lives in England. I'll read you guys the article when I can find it. I'll find it. You can maybe find it too. It was in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and it was really cool. So anyway, I interviewed him by phone in England because his book in the year, I believe it was like 2017 or 2016, people were starting to really think we were living in an Orwellian society. And guy that was always one of my best tips for journalism, for things going on. His name is John, and he actually ran a theater. So anyway, he wanted to do a video, a play about George Orwell's son. and invited him to be, or maybe it was about George Orwell. I can't remember because I'm old. I'm 60. Anyway, what I do remember is interviewing George Orwell's son, Richard, and being amazed by his life. Okay, so he gets adopted by George Orwell and his wife. And what happens immediately? George Orwell's wife dies. Now there's mosquitoes. I don't know how she died. I just know she died within like the first day, the first week of adopting this little baby, Richard. And then George Orwell raised Richard by himself until Richard was 5. And when Richard was 5, George Orwell died. So ever since then, Richard has, oh look, we've got someone from the hobosexual community. Don't be a hobosexual. Anyway, George Orwell's son had to raise himself at the age of 5. I think an aunt raised him. But he became the keeper of his dad's legacy. So I'm very interested in famous writers' children and how they dealt with being the children of super famous writers. And so my friend John is always also interested in things like that. Shalom, Gravity Juice. So anyway, yeah, I mean, this is real stuff, you guys. I'm an actual journalist, and I've done all the work. And no, you never see me on the TV or anything, and I don't get paid a lot, whoever asked that question, because I don't need to get paid a lot. Like, I get to talk to cool people like George Orwell's son. Another family member I got to talk to of a famous writer was Maya Angelou's son. And that was a great story too. And by the way, he was an unwanted pregnancy. At least his father didn't want him. And Maya Angelou was very young. I think she was like 16 years old when he was born. And she fought to keep him and not have him be aborted. So very cool story. He told me about one time with her taking it. You know how the old ladies wore hats and they had hat pins and they were super sharp. And I don't know, I just remember she wanted to get a reaction out of a horse at a, like, some kind of a parade was going on or something. It might have even been a protest, because Maya Angelou, she could be pretty political. And anyway, she wanted to get a rise out of the crowd, and she took her hat pin out and she poked it in the rear end of one of the police horses. True story, bro. And of course, the horse and rears up and freaks out and everybody crazy. So anyway, I have lots of little stories like that. Things I know about people. I can tell you stuff about Muhammad Ali. It's very interesting how God leads me to these stories. Anyway, there's Nancy Wilson. Not to change the subject, but would you like to hear a song? Actually, I'm calling it Nancy's song because you love it. So I think I'm going to sing Nancy's song right now for you, Nancy, because I did that yesterday and you weren't there. I love you, Nancy. You're awesome. And CK, New Jersey, I love you too. Hello, all my friends are on this afternoon. This is so great. All right, I'm going to do a song from a musical you all know very well. Well, maybe not all of you, but if you know, you know. Hello, Uncle Andy. Oh, look, all the cool people are coming on. All right, I'll just sing and say hi. There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I suppose it could be true. But there are worse things I could do. I could flirt with all the guys, smile and bat my eyes, press against them when we dance, make them think there's still a chance, then refuse to see it through. That's a thing I'd never do. I could stay home every night, wait around for Mr. Right. take cold showers every day, and throw my life away on a dream that won't come true. I could hurt someone like me out of spite or jealousy. I don't steal and I don't lie, but I can feel and I can cry. A fact I'll bet you never knew. But to cry in front of you, that's the worst thing I could do. Hey, Boy Blue. Hi, everybody. Hey, Meta, big old jet airliner. That's that Steve, Steve, what's the name? Steve Miller Band. Ooh. That's part of the soundtrack of my life. And Big Jet Airliner is a huge song for me, especially when I moved from America to Switzerland. And I will never forget traveling down the road, down the Autobahn in Basel, Switzerland, right outside of town, going under this bridge with my fiance and knowing that I had left my country behind, maybe forever, and getting really emotional about it because my ex-husband, he was my fiance at the time, but he loved Steve Miller Band and he loved to play it. And when that song came on and I had just arrived, boy oh boy, thank you, Nancy. I was touching down into England town, feel the heat coming down. I got to keep on keeping on, you know the big wheel keeps us spinning around, and I'm going with some hesitation. You know I can surely see that I don't want to get caught up in any of that funky shit going down in the city. Big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. Big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Goodbye to all my friends back home. Goodbye to people I trusted. I got to go out and make my way. I might get rich, you know, I might get busted. But my heart keeps calling me backwards as I get on the 707. And Friday night, got tears in my eyes. You know you got to go through hell before you get to heaven. Big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. Ooh, big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody, every time my pet rattlesnake hears Jill sing, he calms right down. Oh, Meta. I love that. You know, I've been told over the past decade that I've been doing the Beach Report that I have fans who aren't human. They are cats, they are dogs, they are birds. And now it's a rattlesnake. And that makes me so happy because my husband was an animal wrangler and he loved snakes and he loved rattlesnakes. Sounds like I hear them right now. But anyway, it's so funny that you would say that. So that is very cool. Hey, welcome, Lucas. Oh, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Think about this one. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle. That's the song. To the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Oh, rather with the future. Feed the babies. Yes, I'm crazy singing in the forest. Don't have enough to eat. Shoot children with no shoes on their feet. How's the people living in the street? Oh, there's a solution. Those girls were so cute. They're looking, they're like, it's I think they liked it. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Just right over there. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Oh, weather with the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Anyway, that's a great song. That really is. All right, you guys. Well, really wanted to take you to the beach. Instead, we are here singing in the jungle. And the mosquitoes are everywhere. So I am going to have to say ciao for now. Hey, Marco Polo, seagull, you fly across the horizon into the misty morning sun. Nobody ever asks you where you're going. Nobody knows where you're from. Is that a song? Because I love that. That's a good one. Yeah, and NID's like, let's go, but I'm going to lose you if I go over to the beach. It's a problem. Hairspray. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to look it up. I'll look it up. I think I might know a song from Hairspray. I do remember the movie, and it was good. So I could do one from the plant named Audrey. What was that one? Little Shop of Horrors. That's a great show. Suddenly Seymour. Here's a man asking a question. Is this really the end of the world, seagull? You must have room for a short one for things to come. Is that a song, Marco Polo? Be careful of the snakes. Thank you, Arnell. I'm fine. God won't let me get hurt by any snakes. I just know it. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You could say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandma, we believe. All right, it's not really the season for that. Come on. Let's save the Christmas songs for the Christmas time, because we are now in the 4th of July, and you know what that means. All right, I got to go, but I'm going to sing one last song. If tomorrow all the things were gone I've worked for all my life, and if I had to start again with just my children in my life. Hi, Duncan. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and you can't take that away. Darla has a good point, but it's not July yet, so no. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. 250-year birthday, from the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, sing it with me, that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. All right, you guys. You are so welcome, Nancy. It's always great to see you all. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will be back on later. We're going to try to hit a good sunset. We'll see what happens. I make no promises. Oh, someone's going surfing. No, not surfing. Hanging out at the beach. All right, you guys. I will see you on the next beach report. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please like and subscribe if you didn't do that already. Ciao for now.